everyone, the 13 Scale here, also known as Scale, and welcome back to more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, where I have a couple of announcements to make. Number one, I got a Switch 2, and the only reason that matters to you guys is I've been playing this entire series on my Switch 1. So I transferred over all of the save data and everything, as well as the game data and like everything, and it looks like my saves and everything are still there. And like I'm here now, I've loaded it up. It looks fine, but just in case things go a little wonky, I'm going to be doing this on a Switch 2, and oh my god, these big Joy-Cons feel really weird in my hands, and I don't know how to. I don't. Anyway, we're going to be playing the rest of the series on this. I do have one other announcement that I do have to make, just because it does actually affect you Phoenix Wright fans. So I am not ever going to be playing Phoenix Wright and the Professor Layton crossover. Level 5, I think was their name. I looked this up before I hit the button. That doesn't mean that I actually read anything. Yeah. The creators, Level 5, the people behind Professor Layton, as well as Dragon Quest, the Ni no Kuni games, Yokai Watch, all of those just came out and announced that they are going to be unbelievably sue happy and go after any and all content creators who even play or, in some cases, talk about their games if they were to show anything on screen. They said any which way, shape, or form that involves them, like the monetization process regarding their IPs, they will take action against and sue. Now, while I don't make any money here on YouTube, I'm just doing this for you guys. I don't want to get the channel copyright stricken. Now, they don't have any ownership over Phoenix Wright, but they do over the character of Professor Layton. So the Phoenix Wright Professor Layton crossover falls into their category. So unfortunately, that's one that I am never going to be able to play because they are purposely going out of their way, worse so than Nintendo, to go after content creators. And I don't think that that's right, but I do understand where they're coming from, that they don't want the endings of these games spoiled for people, especially in such heavy narrative-driven stories. I don't understand their point for doing it for Dragon Quest, but here we are. So I just figured I'd give you guys a heads up, especially if you were hoping that I would play that crossover, or perhaps play any of the Professor Layton games so I could do the crossover, which is something I wanted to do. I'm not ever going to be able to. Now, here's not saying that I'm not going to play them in my spare time or look into them more, but I don't really have spare time, like at all. I'm primarily like here, either recording for you guys or at work or spending time on my relationship. So yeah, I'm probably not ever going to get to play those titles, especially if that's the take that they're going to have. Nor would I necessarily feel comfortable promoting them because, well, quite frankly, if they're going to be that awful to their own fan base and community, I wouldn't feel comfortable suggesting you guys go check them out or, you know, having a demand to get them for myself. So I just, if you know any streamer people in your life, by the way, who were thinking about playing any of the games made by the creators Level 5, the people behind the Professor Layton series, and, you know, other such typed games, please advise them against that because they're like out for blood. Anyway, let's continue on with the game. I know I've chatted your ear off forever, but I hope this works. So I don't even know if like this screen looks right compared to where we're supposed to be. February 25th, 9:47 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is the defendant lobby, all right, but there's no defendant. But wouldn't that be, why isn't Lana here? I've been trying to reach Lana all morning. Where could she be? She's probably killed in her jail cell if I had to take any sort of guesses. And where's Emma, for that matter? It almost seems as if something's been happening behind the scenes. I anticipate that this is going to be Edgeworth. I was right! Edgeworth! Oh my god, am I going to go do some sort of... The music got intense. Am I gonna go do some kind of daring saving of Emma and Lana? Knowing you, you've already figured it out. The owner of the 777777 ID card number that is... Oh my... I can't... Just like in the last video, I can't talk. Well, I have a pretty strong hunch as to who that may or may not be. Hold on, I gotta fix my hair. I don't like how it looks in the recording. Yeah. I about cursed, but I thought I'd hold off on it, but I'm thinking it. Looks like I'm not the only one who's figured it out. You know, the only reason this trial didn't reach a verdict yesterday is because there is still room for doubt regarding this ID record. What's the room for doubt? Is it who gave it to me? How I got it? What? If that number does belong to whom you suspect, then no doubt will remain. After all, he hasn't been officially charged with anything. True. Not yet, at least. In any event, once all the doubt has been removed from that list, I can call for a ruling. 5 minutes, right? And Chief Prosecutor Skye will be found guilty. But she didn't do it. I figured you'd say as much. That's why I came here, to hear what you have to say. So you're gonna help me? This is the first time he's ever done something like this. Lana's hiding something, and the only way we'll ever know the truth is to draw it out of her, probably on the stand. The truth. Well, yeah, everything goes back to the SL9 incident, just like everything in yours went back to the DL6. Oh, I've started like pre-making my coffee by putting the milk in peppermint in my fridge beforehand, and the flavor is just so much better. Don't be stupid. Today's the last day of the trial. We don't have time to reminisce about the past. But they're connected, you dumbwad. You, of all people, should understand how a past case can impact a current case, Mr. Center of the DL6 incident. I almost said the SL9. That's not right. That depends on you. Huh? Well, if she's found guilty, you'll lose your only chance to find out what really happened. I'll think about it. Yeah, I know. Could this one thing that's whatever's tickling the side of my nose just go the frick away? See you in court, Wright. See you. Goodbye. Have a beautiful time. This is it. If I'm ever going to find out what Chief Grant has on her, it's now. Here goes nothing. February 25th, 10 a.m., courtroom number 9. I'll learn how to speak one day, and you guys will be so impressed with me. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Normally, this is when the prosecution puts forth its opening statement. What? But before that, the Chief has a proposal to make. Chief Gant, our lead suspect. Oh my god, the man can teleport! He definitely did it. Stop! I think what's wrong with your hearing, that's just me not being happy about his existence. Morning, folks. How's everyone doing? Hey, Edgy. Wudgy. How, been back to the pool yet? Look, I didn't do it with the sort of charisma the guy has, alright? I just don't have that built into me, okay? What you have is rom-com hour me, not dark, brooding murderer, alright? If this isn't proof that I can't be one, I would trip and fall in the process. No, I've been drowning enough in... as it is in my work. I keep trying to, like, completely flip around the sentence structure to how, like, I would normally talk, and that seems to be a huge problem for me. That's a good one! Don't think I can top that. Like, when I'm doing his voice, I'm trying to, like... use my jaw more. Like, like Jim Carrey when he like, you know, more with the jaw for him. It feels right. If you don't mind me asking, Chief, what exactly is this proposal of yours? Who knows? Yeah? Is it 5 minutes? Lana, that is to say the defendant, has asked me if she could speak directly to the court. Really? Is she trying to secretly help us? Okay. Or is he just trying to put her on the stand? She wants to do what? Why am I, as her attorney, just now finding out about this on the stand? Isn't there like a process where you're supposed to tell me all the witnesses or something? If there's one thing I learned, you know what? Actually, correction. I vote for a mistrial. Having heard what she intends to say, I feel she should be granted her request. Oh, so you coached the witness. You just straight up admitted that you coached the witness. In the end, it should save everyone a lot of time and trouble. What's this all about, defendant? I would just like to make one simple request, and I'll be finished. Well then, what's your request? Your Honor, I'd like you to put an immediate end to this trial and decrease the volume in my ears before I go frickin' deaf. Huh? I confess to all charges against me. I don't think that you should, but whatever. On February 21st of this year, I murdered Detective Bruce Goodman in the underground parking lot of the prosecutor's office. No, you didn't. He just really made it look like it. No, Lana. I do appreciate... You can't. Objection. Coaching the witness. Objection. Mistrial by grounds of not being prepared for testimony. Your Honor, can you have... If the client themselves... Okay, like, not that this ever happens in the real world, but if the client themselves willingly puts themselves on the stand and admits to it, could the defense claim mistrial if they weren't prepared to have that person on the stand? Like, I understand... I understand, like, the basic logic of it, right? Like, he admits it. What I'm saying is, like... Does the witness being the defendant going up onto the stand count enough? Ow. For like, the technicalities of court? Of consenting to a new witness? Look, I don't know how law works. I don't know how anything works. In that case, Mr. Wright, I no longer require your services. But Lana, Your Honor, I hereby forfeit my right to an attorney. The prosecution may lack direct evidence against me, but it has sufficiently proven its case through testimony and circumstantial evidence. I would like you to render your verdict now, if you please. Well, the defendant certainly has the right to self-representation. Her request is legally valid, though this is an unprecedented situation. Indeed, it appears there is no further need to continue this trial, even if Mr. Wright may feel otherwise. Can the prosecution object? Oh my god, this cannot be happening. It appears that time for the verdict has arrived. The court finds the defendant...
Objection!
Thank you, Edgy Wedgy. My boy, I knew it. One moment, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution has not yet proven the defendant guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Any ruling at this stage would certainly be premature. Come now, Worthy. When did you get here? I understand this is a difficult time for you. But why don't you just be a good little boy and keep your mouth shut, Like, that's about the second most suspicious thing I've heard this week. I do have worse. In fact, I'll tell you guys, on Friday or Saturday, whichever, come to the stream. Ask me. Find out. Ask about the guy who... Or you could do it in the comments, I guess. Ask about the guy who wanted to buy a laptop from us. Well, Edgy? I don't think I care for your tone, Chief Gant. What? Creating another fabrication to cover up your past mistakes. Sorry, but I'm no longer the naive little boy you would have me believe. Holy shit. With this sudden confession from the defendant, it's obvious to me some kind of deal was struck behind the scenes. Some kind of deal, huh? Not everyone operates as you do, Worthy. I learned from the best. I thought so. Your Honor, the prosecution would like to change its first witness. Oh. Oh? To whom? As its first witness, the prosecution would like to call Miss Emma Skye. Oh. Interesting, we're throwing Emma on the stand. I thought for sure he was going to be like, Phoenix Wright. That's who, Your Honor. So now we can find out what happened to Emma during the SL9. I request the court hears her testimony. Hold it. Mr. Edgeworth, I am exercising my right to self-representation. I don't think we need to continue. I don't care what you think, Miss Skye. Oh my god, he's so hot. Oh man. Phoenix, get your man. Get your man after the trial. The exposure of truth sometimes results in tragedy. However, no matter how tragic the truth may be, it would be an even greater tragedy to avert one's eyes from it. Very well, this court shall grant the prosecution's request. That's okay with you, right, Chief Gant? So what do we do now, like, as the defense? Like, technically I should be kicked out of this courtroom. Worthy, you'll live to regret this. Mark my words. Not if we put you in cuffs, buddy. Miss Emma Skye, please take the stand. Looks like Edgeworth has decided to take the horse by the reins. Good for him. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation.
My name is Emma. Emma Skye. My occupation... Well, I'm Lana's little sister. And I want to be a scientific investigator, but right now I'm a student.
2 years ago, you encountered the serial killer Joe Dark of the Joe Dark killings. Is that correct?
Yes. I'm trying my hardest to forget about that, though.
Well, if you tell us it, you could at least process it and, forget about it that way. Sorry, I get spam phone calls. You gotta love those. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to recall those events just one more time. Mr. Edgeworth, please, Remember, this trial concerns the murder of Detective Goodman. No, the prosecution's got this shit on lock. Let them have it. Is an incident that was resolved 2 years ago really all that relevant? Can I jump in and say yes, Your Honor? Yes, it most certainly is. Am I just standing on the sidelines and watching my boyfriend just go? Well, okay then. Well, he sure gave in fast. Now, please testify about what happened to you 2 years ago. The trip to yesteryear has finally begun. It's bound to lead to the truth behind this trial. And that's where we're gonna end the episode. I know, cliffhanger, but come on, it was so beautifully framed. Can you blame me? Oh. Well, anyway, that's all the time that I've got for this episode, so make sure to drink your water, eat a food, take your pill if you haven't yet today, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care, everybody. Hey guys, outro here. Just trying something a little bit new. Let me know what you think of it down in the comments. Up here is going to be a video recommended by the algorithm. The one down here is going to be a video from the last Final Fantasy stream that we did. We've been streaming Final Fantasy here on this channel both Friday and Saturday night, if you guys wanted to be checking that out, at least for the moment. And then over here is going to be another one that the YouTube algorithm is going to recommend, or that I recommend, based on, this, because the next part is where this is going to end up being. So, until that next part is up, this is going to be occupied by one of those.